Conclusion on patents. As explained, the original economics of information concluded that an unregulated private market will undersupply information. Remedies to the problem include public supply or subsidies for scientific research, charitable donations, and intellectual property rights. This view still dominates most policy discussions. However, special situations can occur in which no regulation or subsidies results in too much information or just the right amount of information. Superscript 11, which reads J. Hirschleifer, the private and social value of information and the reward to innovative activity, 61 am.econ.rev.561 open parentheses 1971 close parentheses. See also R. Posner, the social cost of monopoly and regulations, 83 J. Poll.econ. 807 open parentheses 1975 close parentheses and E. Rice and T. Ullin rent seeking and welfare loss 3 res. In law and econ 53 open parentheses 1981 close parentheses. Returning to the text. To see why, consider the invention of a superior means of forecasting the weather. The original theory argued that the inventor cannot appropriate the value of the invention because people who buy her forecasts can resell them to others. However, there are alternative means for inventors to earn profits. The inventor of the weather forecast, for example, can profit by speculating on agricultural prices. To see how, let's suppose that the inventor forecasts a rainy autumn that will reduce harvests and cause the price of corn to rise. She can keep this information secret and buy corn in the summer for delivery in the autumn. Presumably, if everyone else anticipates normal fall weather, the price of corn in the summer for autumn delivery will be low, too low. The inventor of the weather forecasting method knows. When the harvest arrives in the fall, farmers will fulfill their contracts by delivering corn to the inventor at the low summer price. Subsequently, the inventor can resell the corn on the spot at the high price caused by a rainy autumn. Thus, Aristotle asserts that Thales of Miletus used philosophy to predict the weather and made a fortune on what amounted to olive press call options. Superscript 12, which reads Aristotle's Politics, Book 1, Chapter 11, thanks to Eric Rasmussen for this example. In general, the producers of information can obtain profits from speculative investments. In Silicon Valley, an inventor often participates in founding a firm and owns a lot of its stock. The inventor presumably knows more than the public about the firm's future performance. The invention may give the firm a competitive advantage in several respects beyond its immediate application. For example, the firm may learn many things about applying and marketing the invention in various fields ahead of its competitors. Also, the firm may establish its brand name over the products associated with the invention. Once the market learns the firm's true value, the inventor's stock will appreciate. Following this line of thought, some scholars have argued that some markets produce too much investment in information. For example, consider the stock market as a whole. An investor who finds out sooner than others that one corporation is buying another can make large profits by purchasing the target company stock. The gains to society from faster price movements in the target company stock are modest compared to the vast wealth redistributed by uninformed stockholders to informed investors. This fact is one reason why securities laws in the United States and elsewhere forbid members of a firm from trading its stock based on information that they have not yet made public. The prohibition against insider trading. Investors race to buy a stock whose price will rise before someone else does, which creates the possibility of excessive trading. Similarly, fishermen race to catch the fish in the sea before someone else does, which causes tragic overfishing. Inventors race to secure patents. Unlike the Olympics, patent law typically, but not always, has no silver medals. The second place finisher often gets nothing. Are inventions like fish in the sea? No. The advantages of growth are so vast that society benefits from the innovation race, even when it's frenetic. Beating the competition in a patent race has negative externalities, but inventions cause much larger positive externalities that the public enjoys as the innovations disseminate. Before concluding this section, we want to mention a reason why patent protection for some inventions is higher than commended by economic efficiency. In addition to legal monopolies sometimes given by a patent, some inventions create natural monopolies. A natural monopoly exists when average costs fall as the scale of production rises. Given a natural monopoly, the largest firm with the lowest cost can drive out the competition. For example, spreading research and development costs over large production volumes reduces the average cost of innovation. Thus, the average cost of developing an operating system for users of personal computers falls as the number of users increases. In information technologies, industry standards provide an additional element of natural monopoly. To illustrate, standardizing the keystrokes required to move the cursor in a word processing program lowers the learning cost of word processing for everyone. As the standard becomes more dominant, users value it more. Consequently, any company that can establish exclusive rights over an industry standard can enjoy an element of natural monopoly and exploit this power in licensing the right to use the standard. If an invention is the basis of a natural monopoly, then the inventor can obtain monopoly profits even without a patent. To do so, the inventor must use his lead-in time to expand his business and innovate faster than the competition. By growing and innovating faster than the competition, the leader enjoys increasing returns to scale, which convey monopoly profits. To illustrate, assume that a competitor's software product begins with a fundamental discovery and then undergoes constant improvement through innovation. To finance constant improvement, a company needs a significant level of sales. The original inventor may achieve the critical sales level before anyone else and then price the product low enough to preclude entry by other firms. The price that precludes entry into the market by competitors, the so-called entry limiting price can still yield super competitive profits to the producer. Natural monopoly is such a common feature of networks that its occurrence in networks has a special name: network effects. The economic analysis of network effects began with railways in the 19th century. The most efficient organization of a railway usually requires lines to radiate from a central terminal. The central terminal is the hub, and the radiating lines are the spokes. This same language is now applied to airlines. The owner of the central terminal can favor connections to its own railway lines and disfavor connections to competing railway lines. This network effect in railways confers a large advantage on the owner of the central terminal for a region. Similarly, information based industries often rely on connections analogous to the central railway terminal. For example, all the software on a personal computer must use its operating system. An exclusive owner of the operating system for personal computers can favor the use of its own software and disfavor the use of rival software. Such a pattern of abuse was the central allegation of the U.S. Justice Department in its recent antitrust suit against Microsoft. Owning a computer operating system has been analogized to having a patent on use of the English language. Question 5.6. Suppose that the inventor of a weather forecasting technique determines that the weather during the growing system will be perfect, causing a bumper harvest. Explain how the inventor could use this information to make profitable investments. Question 5.7. The directors of a corporation are often the first people to know about facts that affect its stock price. American law forbids directors and other insiders from using the inside information to speculate on the value of the company's stocks. Use the theory of first appropriation and the economics of information to make arguments for and against the efficiency of this prohibition.